Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Nobunaga's Ambition Taishi. I'm the Mysterious JG. So, I couldn't get a whole lot of information out of the in-game information. That didn't sound very smart. But no, I'm having a hard time really getting anything out of that, but I was supposed to have like a super trade zone somewhere. I thought I had one for having unified this region. Maybe that's what this icon represents. This is the special TZ. I just got regular boring TZs. But anyway, no, I really am having a hard time getting any useful information out of the menus. But I did check a fact. I forgot to make a note of the guy's name, but he seems to know what he's talking about. He's making me feel better about my whole let's try for infantry as opposed to militia decision. He says a small infantry force is much more effective overall. He's making me think it was a mistake to do those post towns because apparently T-towns improve popularity, which also increases population and other things. So T-towns they sound silly, but apparently they're a better choice for a couple of things. But I'm still not really 100% sure how food works, other than, well, population seems to really be about soldier counts and food. It doesn't seem to have anything to do with gold income. Because, of course, in Rise to Power, your city had to grow like individual cities you managed rather than this kind of big, more. This is like, it seems like it's simpler. Like, if I can figure this game out, it's probably more simple. At least there's fewer things to manage. But in Rise to Power, you wanted population growth as high as possible because when your cities grew, you got new spaces were developed where you could build facilities. Here, you can build all the facilities, all the spaces for facilities are available from jump. So yeah, I'm finding out some facilities are definitely better. At least, if this guy who made this fact is right. Trading towns, he mentioned as being really important. He didn't say anything about fishing towns, or he mentioned what they were in passing. Like, reservoirs are apparently quite useful because they do raise harvest by 4%, so that's a percentage. The 40 provisions per level from a fishery seems like it's probably pretty minor. But yeah, trading towns is a big deal. Because they bring you gold, and there's not that many ways to make gold in this game. Like, you can sell food for gold, but you don't get very good returns. And buying food, it's better to produce a lot of food and not to actually be trying to buy it. Forges and ranches seem to be the thing. And then, oddly enough, T-towns. Maximum popularity increases 2 per level. And apparently that has knock-on effects I didn't fully understand. These camps that I kind of pashawed, apparently they can't make a real difference for your officers. So, like, you could build a university city where you just put an officer in a backwater city like this one that's got all these different spots next to it, and you put all the different camps there. Or, yeah, they're camps. Put all the different camps around it, and you'll have people who are just really freaking good at, just have really high stat folks. But most of my created officers are already, like, really high end in whatever their best, what they're meant to be used for. So probably I should be concentrating on T-towns, I guess, it sounds like. And I guess I just need to be building forges and ranches, frankly. So a ranch would cost what?
Yes.
300. I don't approve of the fact that you have to actually build the damn thing before you see what it costs. So for now, I think better off building the level 1 versions of these than... Yeah, I'm better off, like, not really continuing to improve any of these facilities until I've pretty much filled up every inch of land with level 1 facilities. Because for almost all of them, the cost will go up to develop it to level 2, as opposed to building it at level 1. You see here, JG Mystery, if he improves that, it costs 500. But if he builds a new ranch, it could be the same guy. Although JG Mystery's already, yeah, same guy. Let's have him build a new ranch. It costs 300. So I'm realizing now I shouldn't have been improving, other than the fact that you can't build trade towns everywhere. So I guess it made some sense to be upgrading those, because I can't just spam trade towns. They have to be near a trade zone. But as far as everything else, my best bet is to lay down a level 1 version. And if I have gold to spare after I've laid everything down, then I start improving the stuff that's already laid down. Infrastructure, castles just don't work the same way they do. We don't get to build I'm gonna like try to build a Sanada ward, and like, oh, I really want to have like this type of Tenshu. Like, no, the game doesn't go into that level of detail. We're just pouring thousands of gold in to increase hit points of frontline castles. That's all that it does. Although to that end, we want to think about actually saving enough money to improve I need to switch maps. That's what I'm... Okay. I need to think about saving up money so that I can try to eventually improve Taka Castle, because it will come under attack. And to that end, it might be a good idea to just stop spending lots and lots of money every turn. Part of me, I can't help myself. I really want to keep the trade towns good. The post towns, maybe I shouldn't have built them at all. Maybe they will eventually get replaced. But having level 1 post towns at the front line isn't really hurting anything, I don't think. It just might not have been the best possible move. The trading towns, oh, they're just so expensive. I'll leave them alone. I'm just going to let some gold accumulate for a while in the hopes that I'll have some to spend and improve castles when the time comes to advance quests. Our actions... what would you say to expanding a trade zone or two of a clan we've entered a trade deal with? There we go. So no development this turn for once. We could increase just a bit our infantry counts here. That's 14 and 14. This one is up at 16. And Azumi is at 15. Maybe I can take you guys up to even higher.
Understood.
And that'll give me something to be working on as the year advances before we attack this clan whose name I don't remember. Ito. That's right. Because of the little Judge Ito thing. So, there are military facilities. They do have a fortress and a ninja village. The ninja village is going to possibly harm a few troops and raid and take away my food while I'm moving into attack. Fortress will give them a slight advantage in that battle. I'm not really that worried about a level 1 fortress, though. I think we'll be okay. Military, commerce. So he's into territorial safety. Well, guess what, buddy? There comes a time when one must press the attack to protect one's clan. I must capture Kakuto Castle. Really? You think that's going to happen? So these guys are into territorial safety. You, in the short term, might be able to pull that off. You will not be pulling that off. These are the guys I'm worried about, and I believe they are coming for us as soon as I make my move. That's why I'm not in a huge rush to do it. But eventually I got to get to it. So we've got commerce going there. I think that's what the yellow ones mean. Green, I think, means diplomacy. And red, I think, is their offensive plan. So he says he's going to take over Katuko Castle, whatever it was called. Yeah, Kakuto Castle. Well, guess what, buddy? You're probably not going to get a chance. But we'll see. Let's advance the story. I'll get up once I get up to like 1,600 infantry. I might be out of excuses not to launch my attack and hope for the best. But I'm definitely going to like back off on all the development right now. Get some gold in the hopes that I can upgrade Taka Castle when I take it, because that, I believe, is where the Yotomo will come after us for revenge. Negotiations begin with the Zagara. I would like to know your views, Lord Yoshihisa. Would you like to receive a tutorial about dealing with other clans' answers in negotiations? Yeah. There was a response from the clan that we started negotiations with. If you accept the conditions here, the negotiations will be successful. We want 2,900 provisions, and they're asking for 1,000 horses. I don't understand the game's economy that well, but I feel like that is probably a terrible deal for us if we were to take it. If you would like different conditions, you can press the renegotiate button. If you no longer need to negotiate or cannot accept the other clan's conditions, you can end negotiations with refuse. Let's try to renegotiate. Yes, my lord. I will keep working to pull out a different condition. I should have just refused, actually. Wasting time here. I don't need the food. I was just trying to actually do something with the diplomacy commands so that we could see a tutorial. So we've continuing negotiations. Oda are just like taking everybody out right now. There will be an anti-Oda coalition if the game follows history, and we will not be part of it because we are too far away. Monopolize. We have monopolized the Sakai trade zone. Oh, never mind. That's not us. That's it's Kenshin Uesugi. It looks like. I don't know who that is. More developed. So our fishing towns have improved. I'm going to stop. Early mistakes here. Buying facilities that were probably not that useful. Improving facilities that weren't that useful. No level 1 facility is going to be a total waste, but we don't need to be. The fishing towns are not having that big of an impact. They're just a tiny little drizzle of food comes in. Continuing negotiations with Zagara.
Last month went as follows.
We actually gained gold for the first time in forever because I didn't go crazy with development. Our provisions continue to go up, though not that quickly. Oh, because it's not the harvest. That's just our fish. Horses are going up and muskets are going up. I need to start throwing down some low-level... Yeah, I'm going to try to hold off on spending all our money on development, but when I start developing again, we need forges and stables.
Let us begin the council.
Oh, I should have gone back and looked through some more stuff there, but...
I'd like to hear everyone's thoughts.
So we need lots of commerce points. We've gone almost all created officer this time, except for Iehisa and Tokitaka there. And we finally allowed women back into the councils after deciding that maybe they don't have cooties after all. So she wants to add commerce, which is good. Musket trade amount up. That's not bad, except that we're not trading for muskets right now. Bobo wants agriculture cost down and musket cost down. Siege Master. Yeah, we're not really getting a lot of good economic type policies. I need commerce points. Practically nobody's offering them to me. So we'll take some from Minako Arisato. Vulture Bobo is not offering commerce. Nobody else is offering any commerce, so I'm not going to be able to... It's going to be a long time before I can enact those policies I'm trying to work on. In the meantime, she's given us things that we need. She's actually giving us stuff that will help with militia rather than infantry. Unit morale up is always useful, especially because I may actually be attacking before this period's over. Otherwise, goodwill effect, raise home defense. I think we already... I don't think blockade power up is going to help. Musket costs, I'm not buying muskets right now, Bobo, a good try. I guess I'll go with Hana Takatazu because she's at least offering stuff that will help with policies in the long term. No, let's not. Actually, yeah, let's have them reconsidered. I'm not really that excited about these. Now she's giving us... These could be even worse. Well, at least Lethal's coming in with some commerce stuff, which is what I wanted, so that's good. Bobo wants a little bit of everything. It's not a great boost in anything, but... Okay, so we're getting some commerce now from these suggestions. He wants blockade power up. Okay, that gave us more policy power for the future.
Let us end this council.
What about a plan like this?
It's Uncle Baldo. Lord of Shahisa, please make use of my awesome bow tie. Mine TC growth up plus. We can do nothing without coin. Meanwhile, Vulture Bobo wants to tell the people of the land to calm themselves, otherwise he will murder them with a spear. Raise unit attack. Unit attack power increases during battles. That's good. Infantry armor has been added. Seems the policy supply management has been enacted in Uesugi. I do hope we have an officer who can come up with a similar plan. Infantry armor. Okay, so we got... So this is a happy coincidence. We've been moving towards elite infantry, which also adds infantry armor. That's going to take a lot of... Yeah, it's going to be a while before we have those, but those will both be really good. I want elite infantry. I've basically read in the fact if you have infantry level 2 and you're fighting against militia level 1, you kind of can't lose. But that plus raise unit attack, yeah, that'd be really good if we can work our way towards that. Meanwhile, I was also interested in territorial law, but I don't have enough commerce. I'm awfully close. Daimyo's voice. The sweet voice of the daimyo. Let's hold off. All this does is cost agriculture points. And until I start going after malicious stuff, the siege provision damage plus unit speed up. Starve out, siege aggression. Yeah, most of the stuff over here is gold and military. There's a little bit of... So I can afford to do irrigation effects up. I think I can. Was I saving up for something? That's territorial law. I just screwed that up. I can't back out of that, can I? No, it's too late. Okay, shouldn't have done that. Well, I wanted territorial law is going to have to wait for a while. At least that means now I can... what the hell, I'll get daimyo voice because... it's going to be forever and a day before I have enough agriculture. Goodwill effect up. Well, I mean, it's a positive thing, but I'm not doing that much negotiating with other clans, because the only one I wanted to influence, the Otomo, just don't care. It's not about, in this one, it's like, how are you going to get the policy points you need? Alright. We'll need fish heads and horse manure for fertilizer. We can't get much of both from fishing ports. We can get much of both from fishing ports and horse ranches. Okay, well, I guess my fertilizer is controlled by fishing ports and ranches. That's good to know. What do you about to say about expanding trade zones? Okay, I'll just keep doing this until she tells me to stop. Well, not until she tells me to stop. Until she stops telling me to do it, I suppose is what I meant. There are facilities that can be sustained for further growth. I think we said we were going to leave these alone. They'd be better off making new facilities. I really wish it told you how much these things... Oh, that does down there at the bottom left. Let's start getting ranches going, because apparently we need horse manure.
I understand. Huh. I understand.
So that's 900 right there. Once they're in full effect, they will be giving us 8 horses each, and I guess more fertilizer. No, I think I want to confirm that. Because those, like, I'm developing the backwaters because, like, I don't think it makes a difference as to how much of impact it has. But I also know there's never going to be a need for anything there as far as, like, you know, a fortress to improve our troop count. Like, if we get to the point where they're attacking that, they've already taken us out. That's, like, like, conceivably in this game, the, like, Akakogi, or Akaogi, however it's pronounced, that's, like, a good candidate for the last city to be conquered in the game. Up against Tokiyama, and I think actually Mobetsu is, if I recall from playing as Zerate, Mobetsu is actually slightly more of a pain in the butt to get to. So yeah, either Mobetsu, like if somebody conquers the entire map rather than winning by warband after taking control of more than half of the country. Our last stand at Akayogi, like the game's already lost, so there's no point in having anything there except, you know, I have to think about, do I want a tea village here? Do I want to put a couple of academies here and put station officers here who aren't for the front line? I just want them to get really good at develop. Like, this would be a great place for, you know, JG Mystery and Lady Tollpanzer and all the other folks who have, like, high intelligence and stuff. I could have them parked here and have, like, the things that boost those stats. But the frontline warriors need to be on the front line. So it's not like I can afford to pull Vulture Bobo and just have them sit here and learn about formality and pole while the Otomo are beating the shit out of us up here in the front lines. We need our bearded warrior men up here. Looks like we're getting pretty close to where we'll actually be able to launch that attack, though. I feel bad. Like, am I going to go another set of weekend videos before I launch the attack? It might happen, folks. Let's just advance. I've already done my commerce. I still can't afford infrastructure. I'm not that worried about being able to afford infrastructure now. I want to be able to afford infrastructure once we take Taka, Michinoku, but that's going to be a little while. guys are building some weird stuff. You got like a T-town. That's not that weird. But you got ninja villages all over the place. Drill grounds. More T-towns. Maybe I should be learning from them. They're not wasting time with post towns. I say, and then immediately find a post town. That post town is still being built. I guess there's worse thing. Well, no, I've already built post towns all around these frontline cities. But I say there's probably worse things I could be doing than having the war academies up here by the front lines. But I think it's time to just, well, I'll save in case I realize that it's a terrible mistake. I should have done more with this turn, but I think we can save and then advance. Why am I saving now? I'm like 3 minutes from the end of a video. I'm really working myself up into extreme nerves about all this. For those of you who follow, the videos like the health updates, like there are things I should be more worried about than this Nobunaga's Ambition Taishi game. But luckily, that real life terrible news is actually recent indications are good. I'm looking pretty good. So now I have time to worry about this fucking Nobunaga's Ambition LP, where I'm already like, I'm not sure I can absolutely promise we'll conquer Japan, guys. Oh my god. Honestly, I think once I get past this first couple of quests, where I have the freedom to do what I want, I can be less nervous about it, but I am a little worried about what's going to happen when we attack these guys and unleash the Otomo, who have a lot more troops than we do. Negotiations will begin with the Sagara. I would like to know your views, Lord Yoshihisa. He still wants 1,000 muskets. We wrap up negotiations? No. Understood. Let's give up on this for now. I don't know. I am curious. Let's pause for a second. I don't know if that affected our... So I'm trying to get the goodwill, like this information on their goodwill. I figured that's what diplomacy view would give me. Yeah, it's not part of the resolve view. Not going to declare war right in the middle of things, but... Formed a trade agreement cautious. Why are they cautious? Probably because we just attempted to negotiate with them and didn't do anything with it. Or maybe that's completely separate from that. They're cautious about us, but they're basically our freaking enemies. These guys have nothing special to say about us. But how do I see what our trust level is? Why am I not able to see that on this map? Oh. That's floating around next to other... Oh, that's their... Okay. If I click on us, our trust level with the Sagara, unless it happens between months, was not affected by us refusing to give them 1,000 muskets. I mean, hell, it's not like they... Oh, got post towns improving. I'm already looking back on that as a mistake. We've newly expanded into Sashiki Tz. Canceled some negotiations. Recently developed a ranch. Vulture Bobo has grown through training, so has some other dude. Oh, the Oda got defeated by the Honganji. But then Katsuie is in battle with them as well. Katsuie, decent officer, likely to win. Our gold went up, but not by as much as it might have, because I did get into a little bit more development with the horsey farms. But now the horses are coming in plus 40, so it's closer to the same rate that the muskets are. We need to start building both forges And I think it's forges where you get muskets. Our infantry pay and commerce income are still about right. So I have basically, in order to not go into the red, I have my trading town income to play with. So I do want to keep upgrading those. It's just, it takes a while for it to pay off. So I want to build up a little bit of gold reserves first in case we have other expenses. Commerce expense, I guess, is just what we get from expanding into the trade zones. And honestly, I don't understand how it works, but at this point, fishing villages, I'm more into them because of fish heads and horse dung needed for fertilizer than anything else. Alright, so even though I saved in the middle of that turn for no good reason, let's save now for a better reason, which is that we're actually ending a video. When we come back next time, I'm thinking I owe it to you guys to have a little action. Although I'm still nervous about actually progressing. Like, a part of me really wants to just do another boring-ass video of waiting and letting our coffers fill. But I also know that at some point, if I don't pull the trigger and get some action going, you guys might get a little restless. It's been a pretty slow start to the LP. Like, whether you're playing, like, Call to Power, or was it Call to Power? Rise of Power, whatever. The other Nobunaga's Ambition game I've been playing on the channel, we had some quests pretty early on. We have a quest right away in this one, too. I'm just really hesitant to get going on it. But I think... Can't promise I'll do it in the next video, but we'll see. It's a possibility. See you next time.